Okay, ditch lights. Okay, just to show you that I'm fallible as well and we all make mistakes. This is BCR Dash 840B 3903. Now there was a fleet of these, I believe half a dozen or so BCR used, and they all were very similar. Of course they had the bell above the cab, and they had the light bezel on the low short hood there, and then they had the ditch lights and then the rock lights. So they had 6 lights. These are all LEDs, they're all functional. Now the mistake I made was on every other one of these locomotives they had this vertical twin headlight here. Well, I mounted mine vertical. Somehow I got my pictures crossed up. But to this locomotive 3903, it's unique, it's horizontal, the bezel. So I'm going to repair that later on down the road. I'm just going to pop that off and change that around. And this is fiber optic here. They're not straight lenses. There's a LED behind them. They're just fiber optics. I melted with a lighter to sort of melt down a sort of a nail head kind of, and pulled them through, and there's just a standard LED behind them. I really like the look of them. Anyway, so that'll be fixed, so it's prototypically correct. The lights are all in the right place as well because I made all these. And then on the rear, you'll notice that they're down in the frame here, and then these are on a higher type pedestal. Okay, mounted appropriately to the prototype. So 6 in the front, 6 in the rear. So now I'll show you how I build the ditch light pedestals. Okay. Okay, so here's one for all you hardcore rivet counters. So if you want to build your own ditch lights, because they all, vary sometimes in style. Some are built right into the frame here, or they're above the frame, or for example, BCR, they're on high pedestals, and so on. And I want to just quickly show you how I build up my ditch lights. I know it seems finicky, but it's worth it in the end because you get decent look prototypically. Okay, so the 3 items I use, first of all, is I-beam number 273, 2.5 millimeter by Evergreen Scale Models, right? You get one of those, and then you use this here, 223 3/32 tube, and then this strip, number 100 K1, 10 thou by 20 thou. And then I don't have a macro lens, but I hope you can see this. I'll try to get it so you can see. So you glue the strip on one side of the tubing, right? Just put a little dab of glue right here first, let it dry, and then stretch it along a little bit, and then just run the liquid cement along the edge so you get it fairly straight. See the shadow there? You put a strip on the other side as well. So you end up with a long piece of tubing with a strip glued down each side, one opposite the other. And then you end up with these little details on the side of the ditch lights. That's common, right? And then you drill out the end, whatever size your LED light needs to be. It's in and around the same diameter. You should be okay. That particular drill, but I'm not sure what size that is, but a small bit of that. And then what you do is you just cut off a piece, right? Like so. Cut off a piece like that, and you get your ditch lights. But what I do is I just round them off a little bit first and shape the front of the bezel with a little bit of 600 sandpaper first, and then mount it onto this I-beam. I shave off a little bit, like so, and then I just glue the bezel on like that, and I leave a long length there so that you can hold it, right, so you can handle it. And then once the bezel's glued onto the I-beam, you can drill it out or carve it out a little bit more to fit the LED, right? Anyway, I'll just post a little pic right after this of a still to try to show a little more detail. Anyway, thanks for watching.